And it says you're live right there in the center of the screen. Welcome back. Merry Christmas. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for investing in your future. I see a lot of institutional adoption coming in 2025. This year has been, for about the past 6 months, very exciting. More exciting. I've seen more stuff in the past 6 months than 4 years in crypto. This Christmas Day will probably, I'm hoping, will be the last Christmas that I'm poor and you're poor. Because what we're about to embark on, as long as, I don't know when they give the green lights. I don't. But I know that if you've watched my show, you've put in a ton of work. I have very long programs, but my programs are packed with facts. I'm showing you all the secret stuff that they don't want you to see. I'm showing you the connections, the cryptos they don't even want. I'll tell you what, when it comes, I won't mention the name of it because it's a Christmas show and I don't want them to try to bleep out my show. And that's for show. I have videos in my queue, okay, like that I wanted to post. There's like 8 of them that won't post. Now, it doesn't take an investigator to figure this out, or a federal investigator, neither of which I was. But almost all those videos either have to do with a certain small little country in the Middle East, Israel, or it deals with the crypto that I can't talk about, which is X, and I'm not going to say D for David, and then C for Charlie. Every fucking video that's hung up in my queue, I've got 8 of them, either had to deal with that country or that crypto, okay? Now, I'm not saying those two are connected, but it's like a hot button. And every time on TikTok, when I post a video about that little country, and I'm not going to mention the name, Israel. When I would post something on that, they blocked the channel, give me a strike, and all kinds of shit. I was like, what? Like, I didn't even talk about anything bad. I just showed the relationship with that little tiny country and a couple cryptos, and then TikTok's like, violation of community standards. I'm like, I'd like to find out who's pushing that fucking button, because I like to violate their community standards with my fucking fists in their mouth and start knocking some teeth out. That's what I'd like to violate, okay? So TikTok's this totally fucking garbage-ass platform. I'm glad they're making it illegal, because those fucks working there, they're like worse than the YouTube people. I didn't think that was possible, but TikTok has set the level of standard of shitty-ass platform. All right. Merry Christmas to everybody. Currently, right now, it's exactly 7 o'clock a.m., December 25th, 2024. We have a few days left of this year, and we're all going to start. You know what happens December 30th? Now, I think Europe might be ahead of us or whatever the time frame, but MICA starts. Market and crypto assets. What is that? Well, you're only dealing with all the biggest players in the world. They're going to have a green light in the sandbox for crypto securities. Stocks, bonds, Wall Street kind of shit. Not a big fucking deal. So basically, all the big players are now coming into crypto. Look, nobody wants to go first. Nobody wants to be last. So what I see in 2025, because it's going to happen here in a few days. Now, maybe when it's the 30th in the United States, it's already the 1st in Europe or some shit. I don't know, however that works. But if you're in Europe, December 30th is when MICA starts. That means all the big investment houses, banks, and these kinds of things can now trade crypto securities. That is how, that's how all this starts. And then we get into crypto regs globally and tokenization globally, all these come together. Then you have digital wallets coming in, which, see, all these things, you're not getting rich without the digital wallets. But then you got to have the cell phones with the coverage with Elon and these other providers. Amazon's going to come in, some other ones. So you've got to really have all this at the same time. So I'm not saying we're all rich next year. I do think something massive is going to happen in crypto. Maybe that's when they shut the door and keep us from buying it. Maybe that's what I have really felt for 2 years is spring 2025 is when the great shutout happens. And they may just not allow us to on-ramp crypto, just off-ramp it. That's it. I don't know. What I do know is my name's Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor. I had a cup of coffee before the show started. I'm going to be having Christmas breakfast at home here in about an hour-ish, depending on how long the show lasts. And I wanted to start my program. Usually once or twice a year, I'm going to talk about religion, spirituality. So if you want to take a 5-minute break or so, now would be about the time for that, maybe less. I'm not going to get into too much, but it's Christmas time and Easter are the two events that are most important to me. And I don't go to church. I haven't for 35 years, somewhere in there. So, but I do believe that I didn't come from a chimp. Or monkeys and shit like that. No, God created people, in my view. And we have free will. People do what they want. But there's always a price tag for everything we do, good and bad. And sometimes bad things happen to good people. And there's cases where a lot of great stuff happened to some very bad people. But what we have to do is know that what I do, because some people just want to know my opinions. And if you don't, fine, don't listen to them. It's really easy. But God loves us so much that he gave us Jesus. And that's where, even they claim like the wise men from the East came to try to find the Christ child, and give him gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And they had to sneak their way out, because the king at the time wanted to kill the baby Jesus. And, this is just kind of what I remember from the Christmas story. And God sent Jesus because he wanted a relationship with us. As good or bad as we are, I believe we're all born sinful. And some people have a lot of sinful stuff and really assholes and stuff. But I don't know if most people really just want to be good and stuff. And part of why I make this channel is the number one rule for Christians is love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. But the number two is love your neighbors yourself. And that's where I come in with my channel. Not that I'm doing God's work. It's just I'm doing what we should as people. Like God knows, God tells us, this is my commandment, that you love one another, that your joy may be full. So a Christian concept is we're commanded to love the fellow human being that we are around so that we'll be happy in our heart. That doesn't sound like a bad thing to me, okay? Now, people that were born from chimpanzees and stuff are just flipping out. Oh, fuck, you're talking about all that. I'm talking about if you want to be happy and fulfilled personally, God shows you it's not that tough. Help people. That's what I do on this channel. I'm trying to help people. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That's why I make the channel, do the deep dives. I wish I could watch somebody who would deep dive so much stuff so I could see the truth to be rich. But no, I had to start the channel on my own. So I'm doing unto others as I would have somebody do unto me. I'd love to have a channel where I just sit here and watch, and this crazy ass dude goes and deep dives and finds all these connections and gets a channel deleted because he's telling the truth. So that would be my aspect of this, is God wants a relationship with us, so he sent us Jesus. And Jesus had to live as a human being where you're born. His mom had to feed him and change his diapers. Now, I heard that in this church sermon I went to yesterday. Like, eh, I'm not against church. I just, in this church, like, I did not like it all. It was like, it was torture being in that church, let me tell you. The choir was just jacked up. The Anyhow, I shouldn't talk like that. It's just, it was painful for like an hour. I had to be in there, hour and 10. I was just like, oh my God, I can't wait to get out of here. I wish I was at a different church or something, but anyhow, I just had to go for a specific reason. But I hope I never go back there again. But the story itself, what the pastor was talking about is God came down in people form, like in Jesus. And his mother Mary had to feed him and wipe his poo poo and raise him and stuff. And then Jesus felt what it was like to be a human. And then he was tortured and killed and died. And then he, for all of us, you see that? See, there's a factor there. People got this view that, oh, God's just, God's a hater and all this stuff. No, he sent Jesus down to feel what it's like to suck, to have to be a human being, because this fucking sucks. I'll just let you know. Um, to live on this planet, which sucks. And then he was eventually tortured and killed, taking all of our sin, because God wants us to be happy the rest of our life and live in paradise. So then Jesus died for us. Then he comes back to life so that if you believe in Jesus, you can have everlasting life. To me, it sounds like a great story and a great deal. It sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me. So this is all that I'm just saying. Once or twice a year, I'll talk about it. I don't look at this whole God thing as, oh man, it's some, look, it's a personal relationship. I don't go to, if I want a relationship with God, I don't need to go to a church. I don't need to have a pastor tell me I can pray to God. I don't need to have a priest go to God for me. Like, you can talk directly to the big guy, right? It's not that tough. And sure, I do bad shit, and I have to ask God to forgive me. These are just things. So this is this is my Christian little sermonette. If you're somebody that wants to have a meaning in your life more than you're just born on this planet, you're just born on this planet, and you're gonna fucking die, and that's it for you. That's kind of a miserable existence. Like, what's the fucking point? But if you know that God loves you and He knows that we screw up, and he wants us to believe in him so we can have everlasting life, because man, this planet already sucks. And then to die and know that there's nothing fucking left for me, like, holy shit, that's like a scary existence. And I don't care if people believe, oh, you're just believing religion, because hey, then that works for me. Okay, you can believe you're going to come back reincarnated as a dog's ass or something, whatever. Hey, that's fine for you. Or you're going to come back as a grasshopper, then somebody steps on you and your fucking existence is done. Like, but I choose to believe a different Christmas story than a lot of people, maybe. And so I'd encourage you to, this holiday season, to look and to seek God and Jesus, especially like if your life is fucked and you need help. It's not that tough. Just ask God to help you, and God will. That's just what I believe, and I've seen it happen, miracles in my life. And there we go, and we're done. Merry Christmas to everybody. There's tremendous hope, and I think there's going to be a lot of great hope in 2025 as well with cryptocurrency. And I do believe that God shows me things to teach you. And when some people say, how do you find all this stuff? God shows me. Sometimes sometimes I find stuff of my own, but sometimes I'm telling you, I don't know, just something pops up on my screen. I'm like, how the hell did that get there? This is what I believe. You can believe whatever. You want to come back as a chimpanzee and have people visit you at the zoo, then that's your choice. All right, first 5 people. Damn, I can't see it. My show won't allow me to go back to the first 5. Hopefully I didn't miss donations, which I might have. I can only go up to "you fucked around." Thank you very much for that donation right there. Merry Christmas to all. Have a blessed day. Thank you for that tax-free donation. That's the first donation I can get to. Let me see if I can log in as a guest and go all the way to the beginning of the top chat. I might have to wait till after the show, so I missed reading off people's donation there. Let me click live show. There's that one. Oh, damn. So the earliest I can get on this one is Broseph. Thank you for your generous donation there. I appreciate that. Tax-free, of course. Great Christmas present. Later, I'll show you my... I got a couple Christmas presents. Have something to do with McAllen. But I wrapped them up. You got David Montequila, speaking of alcohol. Thank you very much for that tax-free donation. Merry Christmas, big man, as always. I'm still catching every show live, and blessings to you and yours. Caleb and Brown is awesome. Longtime customer here. Wow. Hippie 17. Amen, Sir Hulk. God bless you. Hippie, thank you very much for the tax-free donation. Our government can't use that for dumb shit. It's all mine. Daniel Regosa, thank you for your donation. Amen, General Hulk. We got fishing for crypto is relaxing here in Arizona. Then we got Eric Goldgen Goldsmith. Thank you for your donation to the channel and regular viewership, Eric. I see your comments on social media. TJ says, Merry Christmas, Hulk. Thank you very much, TJ, for the tax-free donation. Robert Evans, Robbie, Bobby Evans. Merry Christmas, Hulk, and thank you for that tax-free donation there. IRS is not liking this, but they can go suck a fat-ass D. Sherry D, thank you, Sherry, for the tax-free donation. Thank you for all you do. It's hard work. I'm just telling you. But it's worth it. One day, I won't have to do this shit forever, I hope. I sure hope I'm not here 5 years later doing this shit. I'm like, fuck, man, can we just get rich? Like, damn. We got TK. Thank you for your tax-free donation, TK. He's always on the show. Michelle Wilk. Merry Christmas to y'all. A little tax-free gift. That's the best kind. We got tax-free. Love it. Robbie, Bobby Driscoll. I'm with TK. Merry Christmas, Hulk and fam. Let's see here. Bad News, Virginia. Thank you very much for the tax-free donation. We appreciate all you do, Hulk. I see bad news in the comment section when I review it and when I'm cleaning out spam. Crypto OJ, thank you very much for the tax-free donation there, buddy. Thanks for that XDC info. Good to know. Very interesting. Merry Christmases, Crypto OJ. And then we got John Hurst. Thank you for all you do. Merry Christmas. All glory to Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Daniel Regoza, thank you very much for the tax-free donation there, buddy. Daniel Danny. Merry Christmas, General, and to all the Hulksters. May God bless you all and grant you your wishes. Then we got Paul Rigakos. Merry Christmas, Hulk and Hulksters. We are almost there. The finish line is so close. We are all climbing the ladder together in 2025. Blazanko. My name is Blazanko. I am the Russian mafia hitman. Blazanko says, good words, Hulk. Thank you very much for the tax-free donation. Then we got the tequila, David Montequila. Merry Christmas, big man, as always. I'm still catching every show. Love and blessings to you and yours. Caleb and Brown, already read that, is awesome. Longtime customer. Yes, Caleb and Brown. Bill Quackenbush. Thank you, Billy. for your tax-free donation to the channel. You fucked around. Thank you very much for the tax-free donation. Yeshua is amazing. Follow in faith. Yes, sir. Oh, dang. And again, we got the Broseph with the red pilled. Very strong message right there. Hippie 17, thank you very much. Tax-free. Amen, Sir Hulk. God bless you. I think I got the Danny Ragosa one already. Eric Goldsmith. DJ Super Chancho, member for 13 months, 2024 crypto explosion. We're going to be rich. Thanks be to God and our brother in Jesus Christ, Crypto Hulk. Thanks, God. God bless you and your family. Merry Christmas right now. All right. Timothy Tanos wants to know, does Caleb Brown offer any other services outside of purchasing and selling and storing crypto? Will they help set up LLC? I think it's just they buy crypto. They're a crypto brokerage, from what I understand, and they don't. I mean, you can call them and ask them, but and then they got the Fireblocks connection, so they're limited in a way, which is a good thing, because then the owner of the place can't run off with everybody's crypto because it's in Fireblocks. I like that. Kind of like. Unlike FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried and his little nasty-looking, scraggly girlfriend, him and her, two little nice people. IBEW Dan, member for 14 months at the 2024 crypto explosion level. Michael Montclair, been a member for 15 months. It says entry-level membership with God gifts. Comes great responsibility. Merry Christmas. Okay. Carmichael, California. Thomas from Carmichael, California. My name's Crypto Hulk. Not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. Don't believe anything I say on the show. It's total lies. Before every show, I inject 3 pounds of heroin and drink 15 gallons of vodka. So I'm currently heavily sedated and under the influence of drugs. So if you interpret something as financial advice, that won't be admissible in court, because I just am giving you a disclaimer that I'm high as fuck right now. So that's how I get out of any kind of issue. All right. Now we're going to get into really quick. Let me go with, where's that article? Okay. Give me a second here to find the actual news. Where is that? Okay. Here we go. Now, this is something that it's not earth-shattering, the news, but I find connections that are really concerning. I find connections that I'd like an explanation of, because when I start seeing like Russian Darknet shit going on and people mailing explosives and these things, I'm kind of like, what is going on with Ripple? Okay. And I think there's a lot of funny business going on. Let's look at this article here. Ripple stablecoin, the RLUSD, it scores a major milestone in Singapore. Now, let's stop with that. If you're on my channel, you know that there's a thing called Ripple Singapore. Started in about 2013-ish, 14. Ripple had a secret relationship with the country of Singapore. They had a crypto exchange. This crypto exchange had securities, commodities, stuff like that. It was a test run to make sure everything works. All the wallets are still available. They still work. Ripple Singapore, if you look it up, there's still money coming in and out. So we know it's active. I think what it is, it's dormant and it's ready to go. Okay. So You have, but see, other channels don't have this evidence. Only Crypto Hulk. and the dumb shit people like, oh, you always read off shit from 10 years ago. I'm like, dude, get off the channel. You're so fucking high. Why do you even watch my fucking show? That's my thing. If this channel just reads off old news, what the fuck is your stupid ass watching my channel for? Okay. So we have a Ripple stablecoin, and it scores a major milestone in Singapore. That's where the Singapore Ripple connection comes in. This has all been planned out from the beginning. Ripple stablecoin, the RLUSD, has achieved a significant milestone, making its entry into the Singapore market. There's a company here, it's called Independent Reserve, okay? Independent Reserve has become the first regulated exchange to offer the Ripple Labs stablecoin. This development comes a week after Ripple launched the Ripple Labs stablecoin. A long-standing partner of Ripple, it says, Independent Reserve will be Singapore's first licensed crypto exchange to offer the Ripple Labs stablecoin on its order book and over-the-counter desk, according to a press release December 22nd. Now, this is interesting. Customers of the Independent Reserve Singapore will be able to buy and sell Ripple Labs US stablecoin. So they're going to give it a green light. The stablecoin, valued 1-to-1 with the United States dollar, is issued on the XRP ledger and Ethereum networks and may be used in several applications, from cross-border payments to decentralized banking. Okay. Ripple Labs stablecoin went live December 17th, initially on platforms such as Uphold, MoonPay, CoinMeta, ArchX, and Bitso. Ripple Singapore has been pivotal to Ripple's global business due to its crypto-friendly regulation environment. Well, that's an understatement, because I'm going to show you some stuff here about Ripple Singapore no other channel has, okay? The majority of Ripple's business is conducted outside of the United States. That's because of the plan. The plan of the top 5 richest families of the world was to break the power of the United States. So here's the thing. The global elites that are currently taking back the whole world, you have to bust down America to do this. You have to allow America's Democratic Communist Party to open borders, to allow drugs and child, and I won't say all kinds of weirdo sex, and I won't say trafficking. You've got to just come into the country to have the most fucked up policies occur so you can break the power of the United States. Because, see, we're the last beacon of freedom for the entire world. And if you can lessen America's influence, because look, all these other countries, no, hey, America is, hey, we got some handguns in this country, and we've got some shootings, and I'm not going to say it's a problem, because in America, our government leaders know if they start doing some fucked up shit, we start taking power into our own hands. That's why the First Amendment is the freedom of speech. And that's why our Second Amendment is pistols, so we can blast government officials when they fuck up, okay? That's how it works in America. I don't see we have a gun problem. We have people that do, they're not following the second greatest commandment, is love your neighbors yourself. Part of the problem is they're getting rid of biblical principles that are sensible. Love your neighbors yourself. Why are we teaching this to people? This is a commandment that we love one another, right? And it's not you bring a handgun and you take out little kids in school. See, when you move away from solid, sound religious principles that make sense, you end up with the fucked up country. That's what happens. Okay. It's not that fucking tough to figure this shit out. So, Ripple secured. I want you to hear this. Then we're done with this article. I'm going to show you the proof with Singapore. Ripple secured a major payments institution license in Singapore in 2023. Ripple has provided regulated crypto payment services in Singapore since 2017. So, way back in 2017, it's saying Ripple has provided payment services, or yeah. So that's interesting. All the way back then, 2017. But let's look a little deeper into this article more. Let me show you some more what I found out about this independent reserve thing. Okay. It's very interesting. Now, it sounds like it's a Singapore company, right? No, it's Australian. Oh, what? Yeah, let me show you this. Did a little deep dive on independent reserve. Here we go. First part of the deep dive. It says Australian company. What? Aiming to create a new Bitcoin bank and exchange to transform the way the world uses Bitcoin. Independent reserve back in 2013. Now look, well, wait a second, Crypto. That's when Ripple hit the scene, 2013. And that's right when independent reserve started. Well, isn't that, what a coincidence, Crypto Hulk? What a coincidence. You see that? When I saw this, I'm like, no way. This is an Australian company. Now, why are they hiding that? Well, because I want to show you something here. It's very interesting. Ripple sent a guy named Dilip Rao to Australia to set up the Australian government with cryptocurrency. Here's your article proof for that. So we have an article here dated 2022. Remember, don't always go with these dates. This shit could have happened years before any of this happened. Just because you see a news article doesn't mean that, well, Ripple was never there before because the article says. No, that's not how cryptocurrency works. These people are sneaky, okay? The article reads, ex-Ripple executive to lead Australia's CBDC project. Now, the guy's name's Dilip Rao. He helped make the XRP ledger. Think about this. He leaves and goes to work for Australia to set up their cryptocurrency. Now, we don't know how much of this was done in 2013, 14, 15, 20. We don't know. They just give us a date in 2000. Maybe they did this shit 5 years ago. Okay. That's what I'm telling you with crypto. So there's just your connection there. I'm not going to get into that too much because independent reserve in Australia, they're talking about Australia. Independent reserve is out of Australia, but they're trying to make it appear as if it's Singapore, right? So when I found this out, I'm like, whoa, Australia. The article never talks about that, does it? Independent reserve releasing the stablecoin. And that's what like a CBDC type thing is. As a CBDC is a government money, and you know they're going to back it. This is all being set up right in front of us. This is an Australian company. Now, if we look at is this independent reserve? Yeah, if we look at independent reserve again, Let me show you another page. Here's like their about page. Stu Lavelle's like, damn Aussies. So if we look at 2015 Independent Reserve again, we're looking at their website. This is around 2014, December, February 2015. So we're looking 10 years ago at Independent Reserve. Scroll down to where you see they have different news articles. Scroll down to where it says industry news. And it says Webjet. Okay, it starts talking about Webjet. Starts talking about Independent Reserve. And then you can see the title says industry news. Then it starts talking about Webjet, okay? Webjet was a way, it worked with a travel agency. They had, I think, its own crypto and these kinds of things. But Independent Reserve is like a crypto exchange. And there's something called Webjet that they would sell, okay? Now, I want you to see a connection here. Here's this site here. Let me do a copy paste. I was doing some research Christmas Eve, and this was the research I was doing was this story. I said, you know what? I'm going to drill deep. I'm going to drill deep in this Independent Reserve working with Ripple Labs. Let me see what kind of dirt I can pull up, okay? And then I find this. It's coinspector.com, and it's an article here. They're talking about Webjet, okay? And travel giant Webjet enters crypto through an unprecedented $4 million deal with locktrip.com. Now, oh, look here. Australian-based super brand Webjet. My. What do we got here? Australians popping up again, huh? Okay. I'm not sure what year this is, this article, but it says Australian-based super brand Webjet recognizes the value potential. Now, here's where the Russian Darknet and all this bad juju stuff starts coming in. Okay, so now we're digging a little bit deeper here. You got Australia mixed up with this Webjet. And if you look in the next paragraph where it says summary of article, the travel industry leader, Webjet, okay? Now, if we scroll down, we can see where Australia and New Zealand Webjet, and you got Locktrip, and they start talking about Res Chain. Remember this now, Res Chain and Hydra Chain. This is where things start getting like really bad, okay? Res Chain, Webjet, Hydra Chain. Now, what is all this stuff? Australia, Independent Reserves interacting with these people. In 2022, the United States Treasury punishes Russia because they're using Darknet. Look at where all this stuff starts coming in. The U.S. Treasury punishes Russia because of Hydra. Oh, what? Hydra, world's largest darknet market and ransomware enabling virtual currency exchange. Garantex. See where all this nasty stuff starts coming in with Hydra? Oh, dang. And this is with the Australians and the Res Chain and Hydra, remember? Now, look at this. Here's your Res Chain connection. Hang in there. We're like 3/4 done. Now, we know Australia and Webjet and Ripple's Independent Reserve, they're all working together. Now we have proof that the Russian ransomware is mixed up in this Darknet shit. Oh, this is bad. But Russia's a Ripple partner. Remember now, Russia's been a Ripple partner since 2014. You see how's Ripple getting mixed up in all this stuff? See? Okay. Now look what I just sent you. We have a Res Chain web page from 2020. Well, let's meet their team. We've got Lynn, Martin, Divya, and then some guy named Sokun Chorn, Sokun Chorn, Chorn. You know what he is? He's a developer on the Res Chain blockchain. Oh, well, that's it right there. He's setting up Res Chain. This guy's a Res Chain developer. So I decided to do a research on this Sokun Chorn guy. And you know what crypto that I find? XDC. Oh, dang. So now I might have to start saying all roads lead back to Ripple and XDC. Okay? Let's look at this page here. Let's see what Sokun Chorn is up to. We're excited. Here's his thing. He's showing a Kinesis Money article. We're excited to announce our partnership with Zinfin, creators of the XDC network. So this guy, I'm not going to get into this article, but he's connected and he knows something with the XDC he's connected to. I found that guy's article there. Now, next, I'm going to show you Ripple 2015. Ripple was brought into court on criminal charges back in 2015. And they got in trouble, but they fixed the problems. Wayne Williams, thank you very much, Wayne, for the tax-free donation. Merry Christmas from an XRP Texan working king today in Arizona. Then we got Augustus, member for 13 months. Grateful for the channel and the deep dives. We're all in for a wild ride. And Crypto OJ says, hoping the USA is putting us in the ultimate checkmate scenario. My Christmas tree present wish. He lives. Okay, that's with that. Mellow Stacks, thank you very much for that. Christmas, Merry Christmas all. Thanks for all you do, Hulk. Nice. Then we got Joe B says, just submitted my application to Caleb and Brown. So here is the United States Department of Justice website. This is the Ripple case from 2015. I want to show you where Ripple has had these connections with kind of shady individuals, but I'm not saying Ripple's shady, but I want you to see something here. So let's look at this document, scroll down, and I'll show you. Okay, go to page 11 out of 16. Page 11 out of 16, real quick there. We're seeing in this court document that open source information indicates this individual. So there's a guy named Roger Ver, total criminal, okay? He's an investor, early day investor of Ripple Labs. He has a prior 3-count felony conviction for mailing and storing explosive devices and had been sent to prison. These are the people that Ripple's interacting with in the early days. We just started going over the article about independent reserve and the Russians and the Darknet, and then leads us to XDC. And I thought it's a Singapore company, but it's not. It's really Australian. See what I mean? In crypto, there's all this weirdo shit going on. Just wanted to show you that. Now I want to show you this. Ripple Singapore. Let me do a copy and a paste. This is like 2014, okay? Like Ripple hits the scene And all of a sudden now you got a Ripple Singapore. Let's see what this is. Ripple Singapore, go to the 2-minute, 16-second mark. 2-minute, 16-second mark, okay? We've got the Ripple logo, and it says Ripple Singapore, gold and silver in your wallet, okay? Now that's interesting. So they actually had a wallet you could download, and they're trading, and there's a real crypto exchange. Then they got real gold and real silver you can buy and sell and trade. Now here's the really interesting part. If we go to the 3-minute 50-second, go to 3-minute 50 seconds. Actually, yeah, 3-minute 48-second mark. 3-minute 48, 49, 50, whatever it is. 3-minute 48, 49, 50 seconds. What do we see? This Ripple Singapore had gold and silver for trade. It was a crypto exchange. But at 3-minute and 48 seconds, we see that they had physical commodities, securities, fiat. I'm going to include crypto in there, maybe derivatives, who knows? This was a big old test that passed, and it works. It says the concepts are applicable. The crypto exchange itself, this is 10 years ago. You tell me they haven't tested any commodities, securities, fiat, and more. This was a test in Singapore. Ripple had this plan 10, 11, 12 years ago. What we're seeing. That's why all of a sudden Ripple launches their stablecoin in Singapore. Oh, yeah. No, they've been working together and having all this secret stuff going on for all these years, okay? Now, where the Russians come in, our Justice Department wants to bust the Russians. Look, all this stuff's fake. Russia is a Ripple partner. Here's your evidence for that. Right there. Go to the 28-second mark. 28-second mark. What do we see? Look, everybody. You're seeing the Ripple logo and then Ripple Russia right there. Okay? So with all this Darknet and all this bad stuff allegedly, if Russia's so bad, why? Here's a logical question. Other channels don't even know what we're talking about right here. Okay? I'm showing you information nobody else has. Okay? If Russia's all bad and this and that, why did we develop their cryptocurrency for them? And then you're like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. Okay? You're looking at the Ripple logo right there. It says Ripple and then Russia right there. RU is the country code. There you go. We hooked them up. Now, in that same video, I want to show you something. In that same video, go to the 1-minute 4-second mark. 1-minute 4-second mark. What do you see? It says the Z payment system. The Z payment and acceptance processing system. That's a crypto system. It's been working since 2007. 2 years before Bitcoin hit the scene, Russia has already been trading cryptocurrencies in its closed system called Z payment. Okay? If you watch the other part of my video, you'll see they talk about Z rubles and all these things. They had all these cryptos already, 2007. Okay? That's what it's saying right here. Now, on my community page, you'll find this. Here's the evidence that Ripple and Russia are partners, and I don't know why the United States is trying to play like Russia's our enemy or whatever, because look at this right here. You have something called Z payment. You can clearly see this. It's the Z payment page. Nobody else has this on the internet except me. And it says payment, acceptance, and processing system. If you look down to the bottom left, it shows news. What's the latest news, Crypto Hulk? Well, January 9th, 2014, 10, 11 years ago, it says, oh, look, Ripple Gateway. It says, we are pleased to announce that the first ruble gateway to the Ripple system has been launched. It talks about XRP. Do you get what I'm saying? 2014, Ripple joined Z Payment, which is a Russian cryptocurrency system, and gave the Russians an on-ramp. What does it say? The first ruble gateway to the Ripple system, everybody. Do you understand this? This whole thing about, oh, Russia's our enemy and da-da-da. The information on Crypto Hulk channel, nobody has in the entire world. These other channels, they're going to talk about hypey shit and showing bearable guy cartoons and dumb shit like that. Man, that's so fucking whack. What we got right here is I'm showing you how Ripple gave the Russians an on-ramp and off-ramp to the XRP ledger. Gave them all the technology they needed to start their crypto. And this was 11 years ago, okay? Nobody in the world knows about this stuff. That's why my channel is the most heavily shadow banned. The reason I don't have 1 million subscribers and all that shit is because these people at the government know this is that channel you need to suppress. Because the information, this guy is blowing out information that is insane. My channel can't go mainstream. There's no way. It destroys the whole narrative. The governments are trying to hide all this stuff. I'm that guy that's showing it. And they're like, how does this motherfucker find this shit? I'm showing you right here. It's too fucking easy. It's on my community page. Ripple hooks up the government and country of Russia and gives them an on and off ramp to the ledger. Like, what? What is going on here, folks? It's called the game. See, while you're going to a Ripple Las Vegas to shake your booty and thinking that you're going to join the XRP community, those dumbasses have no idea that Ripple is the government. Come on now. Ripple's the fucking government. They're laughing at your stupid ass for going to Ripple Las Vegas. They made all this crypto shit. You don't know. You think you're using some crypto from some company called Ripple. It's the fucking government, dummy. Now, if it's not, then we just had a major national security, and I won't say issue here, because how's a software company dealing with the government of Russia and building their crypto financial system? Isn't that like a national security kind of issue? How did our government allow a software company to go into Russia and help hook them all up with all the crypto to evade the United States dollar? Is this making any sense? So we either have a massive security breach that our government doesn't know about, or Ripple is working for the government. They are the government. That's the only possibilities that we got that I could really think of. So you can go to Ripple Las Vegas and think you're doing all kinds of stuff, and the government people, they're laughing at you. They're like, wow, these poor bastards have no idea. We're the ones who made that shit, and this will be the method that the government in the future controls and enslaves the whole world. And you're out there going, not knowing that what you're mixed up in is the end of human civilization as we know it today. Very interesting. I know what is coming, and it's total enslavement of the entire planet. This cryptocurrency and the satellites and the tracking and everything, I don't know how it's going to look 20, 30 years from now, but it's going to be really scary in this world. you're afraid to get a COVID shot, they're going to force you to do all this stuff in the future. We already saw the communist Democrats in the United States and all around the world forcing people to do shit like that, shutting down businesses, forcing people to get some shot that's killing people by the millions. That people just drop dead on this stuff, right? We saw the pictures. The news media won't show it, but you have sportscasters and people just fall over. They stop showing that. What do you think this world's going to be like 20, 30 years from now with all this crypto? Slavery, like you've never known it before. Complete dominance. This will be a dark world. I'm just letting you know. And it leads into Armageddon and all these things, which we're not going to get into on this show. That's where all this ends up. Total dominance, where we have a World War III coming up. And that's when, let's say, the end of the world and life as we know it will be done. And all this cryptocurrency is the last thing. They will gain control over every human on the planet, enslave them, and this will be a miserable existence. That's where this ends up, all this crypto. So you can be doing all your thing at Las Vegas, knowing that this is all a government deal. Ripple is the government. Like it's really sad. People that don't know, but that's what this. I just showed you the evidence here. There's no explanation for what I'm showing you here, unless this is one of the biggest security breaches of our country. Our country's sold out to Russia. Did Ripple do this behind our government's back? Let's say no. Okay, so then our government knows about this, and we're working together with Russia. Why are we playing like their enemy? Why are we punishing? See, this doesn't make any kind of sense. Unless the people at the top are controlling everything. I don't have all these answers. I'm just showing you that Ripple's never. Well, when you go to Ripple Las Vegas, can you ask them in a forum about, hey, David Schwartz, were you the one that went to Russia to hook them up with Z payment and give Russia an on and off ramp in January of 2014 to the Ripple ledger? Did you do that, David Schwartz? And if you did, how did you get the Defense Department to authorize that? Because you're like helping a foreign company, a foreign country to utilize crypto, which doesn't need the US dollar. Did you get Defense Department approval for that? David Schwartz, could you please explain that to everybody at the conference? You know what happened if I said that? They'd have security, they'd shut everything down and try to make me look foolish. Oh, Cryptoholics just talk about some crazy stuff. Let's go to a commercial. Play some music. See, I would go in there and flip that whole conference and be like, fake. This is a fake conference. This whole crypto thing is fake. It's government's what it is. Ripple's not a private company. These people are all fucking high. That's what I would say. Everyone in this room is so fucking delusional or high because you can't be a normal, rational person after watching Crypto Hulk channel and know that Ripple is a government contractor. I already showed you the evidence for that. Ripple is a government contractor. It works for the government. That's what all this stuff is. Governments around the world are working on a project. It's called XRP in crypto. And the top 5 families of the world are getting control of the whole world like you've never known. People are like, oh, we're already slaves. Oh, you haven't seen nothing yet. No, nothing yet. They will enslave you where they can track you everywhere you go. There'll be these drones flying around identifying everybody. And if they can't identify you, they're like, oh, take off your glasses, take off your hat. And if you don't do it, then they'll send in more drones. You're so fucked, you have no idea what's going on. But that's what my channel's here to let you know how this works. You won't be able to buy shit. You'll have to go into the store, take off your glasses and your big hat, do one of these selfie things just to buy a loaf of bread. And they're going to know everything you do, people you hang out with. It's going to be all bad. You're going to see slavery. You haven't seen it yet. You can say, well, we're already slaves. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, ye little ones have no idea what's coming. And with that, we're at 59 minutes and 38 seconds. We are done. I think I'll leave it at that. Let me check the comments here real quick. We've got Daryl. Thank you very much, Daryl. Thanks for sharing the truth about God. Let's see. I believe that'll be it. I'm just looking through some comments. So it's going to be good and bad. That's all that I'm showing. I don't have all these answers, but Stu Lavelle did give 20 people memberships just now. So let's take a lookie and see who got memberships. CSC and then SX was gifted a membership by Stu Lavelle. And the next one, hold on, my screen keeps moving around. Next one was Donald Jellin, got a membership by Stu Lavelle. Dara C, Robert De Niro, 913816. Hold on, the thing, my screen bounces around. Tony Balbuena got a membership by Stu Lavelle. Austin Trent, Lex Duh AMC got a membership by Stu Lavelle. Then Tanya got a membership. K-Jam, Neil from the Hill got a membership. Lawrence Fiorentino got a membership by Stu Lavelle. Mark Smithson, Dan S, Real Scriptures, Thompson 777 got a membership by Stu Lavelle. Christian 911 TS, Murad Mazari got a membership. Blah blah got a membership. And Darren Brimley got a membership by Stu Lavelle along with Solargy. So those people, welcome to the channel. Thanks for being a member of the show. You're going to find out a lot of very interesting information on my channel you just will not see anywhere else. I'm going to bring up ideas. I don't always have answers. I don't. Like, I don't know why. I mean, I have my guts on why I feel, but why is Ripple hooking up Russia? Like, what the fuck's going on with that, right? Why is there Ripple Russia partnerships? You can go to the Ripple Russia wallet. You can watch my little video I just made. I show you the wallet address. You can go to XRP scan, look up that wallet and see when it started. And I mean, the only explanation I have is the Ripple's the government, and these other countries are all working under the control of somebody, which are probably top 1, 2, 3 families in the world. That's the only thing I can figure out because none of this shit makes sense. I used to work in law enforcement, and the way that I would catch criminals is I would see shit that doesn't make sense and then investigate it, and then, oh man. Now, if you look at the beginning of every top chat, I start to show off with Caleb and Brown. If you're interested in getting XDC, because I just showed you, it's connected. XDC is going to be massive, in my opinion. If you want that, I have a, you can't see it now, but I have a link that I'm going to share with you right now. It's to Caleb and Brown. They are a crypto brokerage. They have all kinds of good cryptos to buy. We have our own special group. that group will be important in the future because we're going to have certain incentives. And if you're not a member of that particular group, then you ain't getting it. Why do I have Caleb and Brown? I also have a ledger, but there's a thing called a quantum computer attack. Some people say, oh, as long as you don't use your ledger, you're safe. Are you willing to bet everything? I just got off the phone. Sometimes people call me. This one dude's got 500,000 XRPs and stuff, right? And he's got other stuff. He probably has like $1 million in crypto. Calls me yesterday. We're talking. He's like, hey, I seen you talk about this Caleb and Brown thing. It sounds pretty convincing. Convince me. And I said, okay, look, you got $1 million in crypto. How much did your little ledger cost? And he's like, oh, about $100 or something. I said, okay. Quantum computers can hack just about anything. Okay. I said, here's a point that I'm at. Are you willing to put all your trust in a ledger? How do you know ledger doesn't have a back door? We don't really know anything, do we? But ledger is a little device. But why is 1,800 banks? Why is Bank of New York Mellon, America's oldest bank from like 1780 something, right? America's oldest bank utilizes a company called Fireblocks for cold storage. Fireblocks, Caleb and Brown uses Fireblocks too. 1,800 banks use Fireblocks. Why aren't they just doing this? Wouldn't it be a lot cheaper? You hire an IT tech guy, right? You get 10 wallets, put them in 10 different locations around the world or whatever it is, and just use that. Why fuck with Fireblocks? So it's institutional grade. I'll tell you what, here's what I told him. You can do whatever you want. I said, it take at least half of your stuff, put it in Caleb and Brown. Because if there's a quantum hack, see, if you split your risk, it's like diversification, right? If there's a quantum attack on hardware wallets and your stuff's in cold storage, you're fine. Okay? That's how all the shit works. So we discussed for about 20, 30 minutes about diversifying and all that kind of thing. And I mean, I've got silver. I sell it on my channel. If you're interested in silver and gold, which you should be, I said don't overbuy your crypto. Don't overbuy. You need to have a lot of gold and silver. So we discussed that. When gold was a little bit cheaper, I had 8 times the amount. Let's say if I spent $1 on crypto, I'd spend $8 on gold and silver. Now, as cryptos, as XRP started going up, those numbers kind of started changing. But as of, let's say, a year ago or 6 months ago, for every $1 in crypto, I'd have $8 in gold. Now, as the crypto goes up, those numbers change. But I said, that's number one. You got to diversify. So on my live shows only, I'll have gold and silver coins, gold bars, stuff like that, right? On my regular videos, I just have hardware wallets. I'm not against hardware wallets. Somebody's like, not your keys, not your crypto. Okay, that's a nice little saying, and that's nice, okay? But when a quantum computer comes in, you're still going to have your keys, but you won't have your crypto because they're stealing your shit. Got it? Okay. So that's how that works. So I convinced him to seriously look into Caleb and Brown, give them a call, talk to them, and he's going to transfer from his wallet to Caleb and Brown about half of his crypto. All right. So I told him, that's important, man. You can't just have a hardware wallet only. That's not going to work. So I have a sponsor, Caleb and Brown, and a lot of people are happy with them. I'll tell you what, I can send them an email and they look at every single email within 10 minutes. Every time I put in a trade, I'll email the broker. That's just how I like to do it. I don't like going online. Do it. I'll just email my broker if I'm checking my mail. You know what? Let me tell that guy I want $500 of this. Boom. Most of the time, it's 2 to 4 minutes. That trade is done. And if there's a problem, you can call them. If you have questions, you can call them. Like, try doing that on any other exchange. You can't get a hold of anybody. I've got people now that tell me they have Uphold and these different crypto exchanges. Their money's locked up. You can't get a hold. They have a cooling off period, whatever it might be. That's not, Caleb Brown doesn't do that. It's like you tell them to do something and the shit's done lightning fast, okay? It's just very interesting. So go with Caleb Brown. That's our sponsor. And I'm extremely happy with them. Uncle Ruckus gave 5 people memberships. L, person name is L. And then we got Medicine Queen, got a membership by Uncle Ruckus. Brian Armstrong, not the CEO, got a membership. Justin Garcia, and then Tom Broom. Those 5 people just got memberships by Uncle Ruckus. Very cool. Uncle Ruckus 210. All right, I think that'll just about do it. Have a great day. It's 2 a.m. Oh, it's 2 in the morning in Australia. Damn. Stu Lavelle is done. Wow, okay. Merry Christmas, Hulk. The best by Joe, says Gordon Logan. All right, everybody, this will be it. I will see you all. I'm going to go have some Christmas morning breakfast, look at my present, calendar 18, and enjoy myself. I'll see y'all in the next broadcast. Stay strong.